It's a BumbleKast Mini, sponsored by Crafter.
What allows Sonic to exit cyberspace? Is it a similar situation to him resisting Dark Gaia's energy, where his will is so strong that it makes cyberspace manifest a way out for him?
Nope, he's just that fast.
He's just that good.
Yep.
He's just Sonic.
It's 100% skill issue.
He's got plot armor. It just allows him to do things.
And I'm not being flippant. That is like the legit reason. He's that fast.
He can just leave. What is it about the speed that allows him to leave, though? I don't know. Who knows? We'll never know. It's just because he's fast. Why are Amy, Knuckles, and Tails in what seem to be personal hells while they're corrupted? We only see a blank void when Sonic is corrupted, which would actually be fitting for him, but it's hard to tell if he's in the same situation or not due to the way he gets corrupted being different.
Yeah, some of that wasn't my contribution, but who am I to argue with Kishimoto-san? It, at the very least, is uncomfortable for them, and it might be kind of like, I don't know, akin to the cave on Dagobah. You know, what's in there? Only what you take it with you. So, I mean, in Tails' instance, he was carrying a lot of baggage. So, exposed to his entire id in cyberspace, he had a lot to unpack. Maybe. What would the end look like to Silver? A moon, but on fire.
Oh. Why is it on fire?
Because that's the future he originally came from, where everything was on fire.
Oh.
And, he grits his teeth and his knuckles crack as his fists squeeze together, and he says, "Sonic, I see a bad moon rising."
Damn it.
Really? You see trouble on the way?
Boo! Boo this man!
Boo me all you want. You know I'm right.
Oh, no. You're making song lyric references, and it's not even Sonic song references. Oh, man. His power has grown too hard, too high, too far, too fast.
Too black, too strong. Brought it back to Sonic lyrics.
Thank you. Well, why does the end look like the moon as it does to Sonic?
I don't know.
Okay. Did you decide that? You didn't decide that, did you? Okay.
No.
Is it supposed to look different between people?
That's what Kishimoto-san said. And who am I to question him?
So why, when you're playing as like Amy, Knuckles, and Tails, they don't see the end as how they would see it?
Their special bond to Sonic through cyberspace.
I'm just here asking questions.
Yeah, but you should be asking crafters questions.
Oh, all right, fine. What effect would getting boost of cyber energy have on Shadow and Silver's abilities, since their powers are entirely energy-based? While the new moves Sonic got from cyber energy all seem like enhancements to his physical capabilities.
I would imagine, at least for Shadow, it would be kind of similar to Sonic. Yeah, sure, he's got Chaos Spear, but without a Chaos Emerald in hand or without his limiter rings off, he doesn't really throw a lot of energy projectiles around. So maybe it would be kind of like that, or shoot, it might be like him with his limiters off, but he doesn't have to take the limiters off, so he's really unlimited. That's a terrifying thought. Silver, maybe he gets more mobility upgrades because he's kind of a plotter, so maybe he's zipping around, but he already can zip around pretty fast with his TK. I don't know, maybe it's just Silver with pixelated effects instead of just the normal wispy effect. What more can you do to upgrade that boy?
Let him like fling the end into deep space.
No, what would be really cool, because he's a telekinetic, he's not a telepath.
Yes.
So his cyberspace is the telepathy angle.
Yeah.
Maybe he can actually see like the spirits of the ancients, where Sonic can only see the Coco dawdling around.
Oh.
Like maybe he can see visions of what the islands used to be. all ghosty style. That would have been neat.
Nice. Yeah, that actually would be really cool. There we go.
Too bad there's not more DLC. Oh, well.
Well, I mean, modders, you know what to do.
Yes, create entire new constructs and add them to the game.
You laugh, but I wouldn't put it past them.
You know what? You're right. The Sonic fan community is nothing if not passionate and resourceful.
They will make a new game immediately on top of another game as soon as it comes out. That's how it works, man. They've already started, trust me.
And what's really cool to me is, getting off a small tangent here, but there was an interview with Kishimoto-san and, darn it, I forget who else was in the interview, but they were talking about how they actually know about the modding scene.
Good.
And feel like they're challenged to do better by it. So
yes,
it's just so refreshing, you know? It's not Nintendo's, you've tinkered with our toys, we send our legal vultures after you. It's, oh, the fandom is doing great things with this. Let's do even better.
Good.
Hi.
Good. I hope that continues. So, I mean, like, someone remade Sonic 06 entirely from scratch. Like, what do you want? What do you want with this community, Ian? Giganto Wyvern and Knight had their pilot's minds stuck inside them until Sonic destroyed them, according to the Ancient who piloted Supreme. I'm guessing that they got trapped in their machines as a result of sealing Supreme away, but what exactly happened during or after sealing that caused them to become stuck?
It was left intentionally vague, in part because you're dealing with these titanic constructs more or less powered by one's will, and that they are working with an entity that has no defined shape necessarily and is a interstellar planet killer. It's kind of meant to be a little nebulous because you are working with powers just so far beyond the mortal kin.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of the intention, at least on my end, was, you know, it's one of those things that you just can't understand it because it is so alien and so high level. It's just, that's how it is. And you kind of go, okay, that's how they did the thing. Sure. Space magic. Gotcha.
So they locked themselves inside on accident. The handle popped right off.
That's what you want to take away from it? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. They have the keys in their other pockets. You can't get out. Yeah. Thank you, chat, for writing my jokes. Why are the Elder and Hermit Coco aware of their present reality while the other Coco aren't?
They are special.
Why are they special?
I don't know, but they just are.
What makes them special? Because we needed someone for gameplay to upgrade Sonic's stats?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, that works.
I mean, I could theory craft on how, like, they were leaders within their society, that they were special caretakers of the technology or something, but I don't have that locked down as, like, canon. So,
yeah,
you know, whatever you think is the reason, that's good enough for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm headcanoning that Big was actually there, so you can't stop me.
Exactly.
Sega, you can't stop me. It's a good thing that you put this sign on the door, but it's a good thing I can't read. Based on the ending of the Metal Virus arc, Super Silver seems to be able to manipulate things on a cellular level. Could he disintegrate someone by grabbing all their cells and scattering them in every direction? I mean, he probably could. He's just not mean enough to do so.
I don't know if I want to equate Super Silver to, like, Dr. Manhattan levels of power, but the intention was that in his super state, you know, because telekinesis is mind over matter, that he was able to perform this incredible feat because he was thinking it. And the Chaos Emeralds are able to turn thoughts and wishes into reality. So as far as Super Silver was thinking, he's thinking, I'm pulling the metal virus out of everybody. And the psychic power did that, and there is no deeper cellular knowledge or workings. It's just the magic gems made the magic psychic powers do the magic thing.
Well, That's what they do, I suppose. How would Silver having to cook dinner for someone go?
I think he can do some pretty solid basic meals. Like, he grew up in the Iblis burning future, so whatever he can scrounge together and make edible would be how he would survive. So I don't know if he can season too well. I don't think he's going to be doing anything fancy, but I think he can make something, that's solid and fulfilling and doesn't taste like trash.
Mac and cheese may be a little fancy for him, though.
Actually, in the cookbook, I think he does do a mac and cheese.
Does he? Okay.
Like, specifically.
That might be the only thing he can... That might be the fanciest thing he can cook.
Who knows? Now that he's hanging around the present day, he might be just like taking nonstop cooking courses from Amy.
Yeah, he might just be absorbing all knowledge on how to make delicious food because delicious food is not a thing where he's from.
Or maybe he's learning how to do it in the good future until the next rollout of bad future comes through. It's like, no, my flan! Could the disaster not have waited just 5 more minutes?
Oh, Silver, no! If Silver and Rouge had to pull off a heist together, what would happen? Would Silver be more helpful or hindering overall?
Yes. Like, in the initial infiltration and whatnot, I think he would overthink things. But when things kind of got hairy because of what he pulled, he'd be able to get them out of the jam. Like, she's being all stealthy, sneaking into the bank or whatever. And he's just trying to gently lower himself with his own TK field, not really aware of the trip lacers around him. She's trying to figure out, how the tumbler on the vault works. And he's like, oh, I'll help. And just like rips the whole wall apart. No more door on the vault.
Yeah.
And then, the alarms blare and here come the police and whatnot. And she's like, oh, gosh, cheese it. And he's like, but the thing. So he just lifts the whole vault out of the building and they fly off together.
I like how Silver's just doing this with no questions asked.
Well, Rouge has convinced him that this is for the greater good.
Oh, okay. Of course. Her greater good, but still. And our last question from Crafter. If Silver became the 4th member of Team Dark, how would he get along with Shadow, Rouge, and Omega now that he's their teammate? I don't know. He's too much of a good boy.
He's too much of a good boy, but he will act decisively is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we talk about how much of a cinnamon roll he is because it's fun, but he was out to murder Sonic.
Yes.
In 06. Like, he was morally devastated by the idea, but he was still going to pull the trigger more than once.
Yeah.
Like, he was dead set on the greater good. And he went against Infinite solo after Eggman had won. Like, he knew full well Infinite was a bad guy and a bad time, and he still kind of fearlessly went against him one-on-one. So maybe that's the appeal of this dynamic, is he seems to be the bright spot on the team. The nearly pure white, silvery good boy amongst the conniving thief and spy, the murder robot, and the grim protector. But then when, the chips are down, no, he's gonna, rip that airplane in half and throw it back at you.
True.
Well, you tried to escape on your motorboat, and now the motorboat is flying upside down through the air.
And you have been shaken out of it into the water. I think Silver, I like this idea here that's in the chat. Silver, Shadow, Whisper, and Blaze should team up since they're the murder group. Let them all have a little murder.
Go team murder, yay! Something about that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, well, when you're from the dark future, you're willing to forgive a little death. Just a little.
As a treat.
Yes. We'll go with that.
Thank you to Crafter for sponsoring this BumbleKast Mini. If you want one of your own, head over to patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, or become a YouTube member. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
Catch you later.